Alright, in the bottom left-hand side, playing as Ragna in the blue, we have Crow Time up against Fiven playing Dark Mercy in the purple. And we were talking about this before the game started, but Fiven going for the village skip with their commander to try and rush that lumber mill a bit more efficiently. PackOfCrows not going for that actually, they're going down to the bottom left. Going for
Yeah, and
a
I
different
think
push path.
it's pretty settled that going for the lumber mill is the better option. But we'll see how it develops in this game. It's always interesting to see some asymmetries in the opening.
Yeah, I agree. It's nice to see like people doing different things in the opening. I do agree though that this particular variant on the opening is much better for.
Ooh, but Fiven let him get away with it. Fiven did not rush the opposing lumber mill with his sword, so Crowtime will be able to get it anyway.
Okay. I'm wondering if that was them being nice because PackOfCrows is a newer player, or if it was just, I guess you'd say like user error on the part of Fiven.
Yeah, I mean, it could also just be that they didn't want their other village joined, because you do lose another village if you take their lumber mill. But it's a worse trade because lumber mills are, stronger.
Yeah.
And you also join it for a bit, and then things rotate again, but you got to spend their trees, you got to count their trees, so you always come out ahead of that trade. But while this didn't happen, what we instead had was the sword got to dig up the lumber mill. And although it almost got killed for it, if it manages to survive, this will be really good for groove building and for economy denial.
Although now Ragna gets to heal off of it, which she wouldn't have before, so is
Yeah. And Ragna got to heal first, yeah. So
and now
and
they're
that
gonna,
sword is probably gonna die for it.
yeah. Ragna's just gonna run in and build like decent amount of groove. But commanders get quite a lot of groove off of kills, so
Yeah.
I'm just looking at like what else is going on here. Just lots of knights for the moment. Makes sense. This is a very knight-centric map, at least at this stage in the game.
So now the dust is settled, and Ragna might actually be ahead from this opening. So, even if you play the quote-unquote suboptimal move super early, you can often make up for it by doing better later on.
Yeah. And goes for the village. I guess this makes sense because you don't want to fall behind on economy, and the opponent went for the village capture.
Yeah, and the position, it made a lot of sense to go for that village. You couldn't go for the other one because DM moved towards that village before healing, so she wasn't in position to hit the other village. So it was the clear choice to attack this one.
Yeah, I mean, the other choice would have been to hit the sword, but yeah, like just doing a bunch of damage to like one sword is probably
yeah, and
not
it's
worth
on a
it.
mountain too. You don't do that much, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it would have been a different story if you could actually kill it, but
Yeah. Killing swords is way better than dealing like 50 to them.
But
And Ragna already has tier 1. Now, granted, Ragna got super nerfed, so it's not exactly a good groove. But it's always nice to have something.
yeah, because I mean, even if you aren't using it or going to use it anytime soon, like it is pressure, and your opponent now has to respect like the fact that Ragna does have groove and has to play around that. So, and it's like with Dark Mercia has groove now as well. Like effectively everything around Dark Mercia has 30% less life when you're making any kind of plans for your moves.
Yeah. And we see very similar positions. on both sides. Ooh, but a trap came out.
Ooh.
Not sure about that trap. It'll have to go around. Whereas the golem can just immediately attack. But the trap, once it develops, is gonna be much more efficient than the golem.
That's true. Oh, well, for the moment, just gonna knock a village down.
Ooh, yeah, I guess it locks that village in a way. Well, it doesn't exactly lock it, but it makes sure you can recapture it every turn.
Yep.
And if that happens, maybe the opponent doesn't even want to break it because you keep getting more groove out of it, even though you're missing the money.
yeah, well, I mean, I guess both players get a lot of groove out of it because both of them are just constantly killing something.
Oh yeah, they're killing it too, I guess. Then they want to do it, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, the main benefit of it, I think, aside from locking that village in its current position, is that any kind of push on the stronghold, you just have to avoid the treb. That said, this is a very scary looking push right now.
Ooh, yeah. Crowtime took the center and has a lot of initiative and pressure on the HQ. But so is Fiven, actually.
Yeah, this is
The game might end like immediately for either player. There's a lot of knights and HQs aren't very well defended. And there are grooves up. So, you know, Fiven might end the game right now, and if not, Crowtime could end it next turn. Or maybe both players defend.
I think it comes down to positioning that. Where's this knight gonna go? Yeah, it's like a decent position, I think. But it might die because Dark Mercy is gonna be able to groove, which could clear.
I would have grooved first, so maybe not gonna groove.
Doesn't
Oh,
need to
gonna
groove.
strike it instead, which deals more damage to that one knight.
Yeah, and lines up a sword crit.
Oh, is that two knight crits? That's two knight crits, right?
I guess we'll
I
find
didn't
out in a minute.
count, but I'm guessing this is two knight
I think
crits,
there's
so...
one knight crit and a sword crit. Oh no! Knocks
Yeah.
down that village. I didn't see that.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at, and that's the game.
Yep.
Fiven takes it with the classic double knight crit on the HQ.
Oh, well played.
And we didn't see any grooves used. We were talking a lot about groove.
Yeah, we were. I mean, but the threat of groove was there, and I guess that's like an important factor as well. Dark Mercy, if there'd been more units in front, Dark Mercy could have grooved and used sword crits to follow up and clear things. So
Oh yeah, Dark Mercia could have won this game with a groove instead of just whacking the knight. But I guess it was gonna be the same. The point was that Fiven could clear that knight and that village, and then get two knight crits on the HQ, and that was game.
yeah, well played to Fiven. Pretty clean win. And PackOfCrows, they're new. I think this is their first event, so yeah, they are definitely like learning a lot from competing in this. And
They did show some good improvisation in the opening, and that's always important to have.
yeah, and I think they did quite well in the other game we saw from them. They played. Was it like, I think there was a game against Warble, and they actually like put up a really good fight. So yeah, I am intrigued by PackOfCrows. I am interested to see how they develop as a player, and I'm interested to see like what we're gonna see from them in the future. But for now, yeah, this is like a pretty simple game as far as like what happens. Trying to put pressure on the barracks, built up a knight force, and then saw an opening and went for it. And yeah, that was basically the story of the game. So well played to Fiven there.